Hey guys, Flip and today I'm reviewing one of my favorite manga series, and that is Gantz. So, trigger warning right away. There is a lot of sexualization of women in this series, so if that's not something you like, then I would say just skip the series in general. But if you want some of the best character development in manga ever, period, then you need to check out Gantz. And when I say that, you're probably thinking, "Oh shit, wait, what? Gantz? Character development? What are you talking about?" Gantz. When people talk about Gantz, people think this hyper violent, hypersexual, bloody, gory manga or anime, but no one very rarely talks about the character development in this series, the human nature that is written all throughout this entire series, and why it's one of my favorite series. Our main character, Kurano, he starts off... I don't want to spoil anything because this is there's a lot of things in the story. I won't talk about like any deaths or a lot of people die or like any like key plot points, but Kurano starts off and you hate him. He's a piece of shit. I didn't like his character at all, and the other main character, Kaido, I loved him. I was like, man, focus on him. But something happens, and it's not in your face. It's very natural. The main character starts becoming so likable, and you start kind of, feeling for him. And by the end, you're rooting for him, and the whole world is rooting for him by the end of the series. For instance, a series like Demon Slayer, the character development is kind of just shoved down your throat. It's not really felt as it is told, and that's something that I think Gantz does very well. You feel the character development. You're not told it. You see it, and it's one step at a time. And then by the end, Kurano is one of the best main characters in manga ever. People kind of shit on the last arc. I personally like it. I like the ending. I'm happy with how it ended. Maybe if I was reading it weekly or monthly or however the release schedule for Gantz was in Japan, I would have hated it, like hated waiting. But when you sit down and you read this straight through, you're like, wow, what a ride. It's crazy. It's bonkers at times, and it throws a lot of concepts in together that don't make a lot of sense, that are never explained. But by the end, you're like, I want to start all over again. I want to go and read it again. And Gantz, so what is Gantz about? I'm just rambling about how much I love it. Gantz is about people die, and they're resurrected in this room with a black sphere. In the black sphere, you get 100 points for killing aliens. So it gives you weapons and suits, and at 100 points, you can bring someone back from the dead, you can get new weapons, or you can revive yourself and have your memory completely wiped of the room, of the people, and of Gantz. So right away, you get the basic rules, you get the basic plot. And some people are, they just want to kill more things, so, the series really explores human nature. Some people just want to kill, kill, kill. They want to get the cooler weapons, their egos are fueled by that. Then you got people like our main character who start reviving people that he loves and people that he cares about. And I think that is just, this manga is a roller coaster of emotions. And I did not expect that going in. And I think you guys should read it. It has some of the craziest sci-fi concepts I've ever seen. Like the freaking Gantz hard suit is kick ass. One of my favorite designs of anything. And I think Prime One Studios is doing a statue of that. And if they are, I'm so tempted to pick it up. It's expensive though. I looked at it, it was like $2,000. Oh man, but it is beautiful. The Gantz suit is a kick-ass concept. There's also vampires in this series. They're badass, but it's just like, what the fuck, vampires? There are psychic users who can make people's hearts explode and lift things. There's aliens, there's government conspiracy, there's aliens invading Earth to enslave humanity, there's gigantic mech robots that are buildings. There's swords that can extend as long as you want them to. There's the guns that they use, the Gantz guns, they shoot and no bullets come out. It's like a it's like a beam or like a hypersonic like wavelength, and it explodes these aliens. The aliens, speaking of aliens, the concepts of the aliens are so awesome. The Buddha aliens are terrifying. The Osaka arc has some of the wackiest shit I've ever read in a manga. So while you're getting all this emotion from the story, because people die and you're crying, and I cried multiple times in the manga. I don't know if I said that yet. This manga made me like cry. I had to like put it down at one point and be like, okay, I need to like take a break from this. But even when I go back and I know, you know, things are coming, and there's so many characters in the series that die, and there's so many characters in general in the series that even if they're briefly shown, you like really get attached to these characters, and then they die. But I love this series. It's something that I would recommend to anybody. You know, I said a trigger warning before. Sadly, you can't get the singles anymore. Dark Horse did let these go out of print. They're very well made books too. I mean, mine are older, but they're very well made. I'm gonna show some artwork off. That's the other thing. The artwork is incredible. If you've seen anything of Oku, like Inuyashiki or Gantz, I think it's like the only two big ones really. But if you've seen that, then you know his artwork. The way he draws his faces, even though the women all have like the same face, his character designs are very unique, and they stand out. And this series like definitely influenced a lot. It was a very groundbreaking manga for the art, at least. You know, there's, you know, the Gantz suit and the sword I was talking about. I can't really show too much because this particular book is full of spoilers. But here is my favorite character, Muscle Man Rider. Just badass. That's the other thing. The characters in it are badass. And they just get more badass and more badass. And man, what a ride. I've read it 3 times now. After doing this review, I definitely want to go back and reread it again. It's notched out just a little bit by Berserk as my favorite manga. And I flip-flop a lot by my favorite manga. You know, I'll say like right here is my favorite shelf, even though Gantz isn't on it. Well, mostly favorite shelf. This is like my favorite shonen right here. I got Vinland Saga, Blade of the Immortal, Berserk, and Vagabonds up here. Gantz is something that you gotta just experience for yourself. Sadly, the singles are out of print, like I said. You can pick them up in 3-in-1 omnibuses. I don't know the quality of the omnibuses. I've heard good things, but seriously, guys, go pick it up. It's one of the craziest stories ever, and I'm just glad it's brought stateside, because this is nuts. If you have Netflix, there's a movie called Gantz Zero. It's a 3D animated movie. The animation is incredible, and it loosely adapts the Osaka arc, which I highly recommend watching. It doesn't have a lot of feels in it, but it's mostly just a action spectacle for the action pieces of the manga. I've seen that, really enjoyed it. I have not seen the original anime. I've heard bad things about it, so I just kind of skipped it. But the manga is phenomenal. People hate on it, and sometimes I can like kind of see people's points of view on the hate, but it's a really good sci-fi manga. And if you like sci-fi, you like action, then you're gonna like it. If you go in for the blood, the guts, the sex appeal, you'll go in and you'll enjoy that, but you will stay for the feels. And that's something that I didn't expect from this series. But yeah, guys, I highly recommend it. And that's my review of Gantz. And I recently just hit 400 subscribers, which is crazy. Today I hit 400 subs. And guys, thank you a lot. My oldest video, I think, is just under 2 months old. So in about a month and a half, I've gotten 400 subscribers. And it's crazy that you guys like my dumbass. So anyways, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys soon.